Second, I'm live on Twitch. Sending data.
I don't see you on YouTube yet.
I hope that I don't have any problems. The streaming now. Am I good?
Let me try one more time.
I think I'm good. I see myself live.
Okay, yes, I see you. Got you.
All right. We are live. Hello, everyone. If anyone's watching live, I don't think anyone is yet. But if you're watching the VOD, hello. I'm Level 7 Kevin, and welcome to our annual anime podcast where we vote for the Anime Crunchyroll Awards. Woo! Yay! Nobody's cheering with me.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, so we did this last year, and I had a lot of fun with it. You know, getting to talk about anime with my friends, and it's just anime is just one of those things that I just love so much. And there's a lot of great shows this year, especially October of 2022, which last year's anime I was pretty disappointed that didn't count. But those shows count for this year, so I know that anime of the year is gonna be pretty stacked in that October section, I'm pretty sure. All right, so last year we did icebreakers, right? If you guys remember. This year I did all the work for you already. I made us a little PowerPoint presentation to show everybody what we watched this year. You guys see it?
Yay!
Yay.
You guys see it on stream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now see
Okay,
it.
cool. So, what did everybody watch this year? I think this will give anybody watching this a lot of context of, like, you know, just how much anime we know, or like what kind of viewer we are, if we're a casual viewer or like we're more into anime, and really what kind of genres we like too, right? So, and it'll kind of qualify us to, you know, show people how we're voting. So I'm gonna show everybody every show we watched in no particular order, split by individual seasons, because I know Crunchyroll for these anime awards, they'll split each show into each season. So each season counts separately. That's why, you know, I'm gonna present it this way. So obviously first, we're gonna start off with me. What did I watch this year? This year I watched 15 shows, which is a lot, kind of. It's like one show a month, pretty much. What do you guys think? It's kind of like I'm into anime, right?
Yeah.
That's more of a past casual viewer, I would say. So this year,
It's more than one show per season.
yeah, more than one show per season. But honestly, a lot of it was in October, like I was saying earlier on. Because those shows, there's so much stuff that came out during that October season, but we'll get into that later. So, what do I watch? Chainsaw, Spy X Family Part 2. Does season 2 count for this year? I don't even know.
I think it's season 1, core 2, part 2.
Yeah, this year, Spy X Family is gonna be season 1, part 2. So you got to keep that in mind. I watched Mob Psycho 100, the final season, season 3. Blue Lock. Oh yeah, I love Blue Lock. All right. My Hero season 6 kind of redeemed itself. Bleach is back. Gundam. This one, I have a lot to say about this one. Demon Slayer. Good show. Oshinoko, which I watched just last month, the entire thing over the course of like 4 days. Hell's Paradise, which, or whatever. Gundam Again season 2. Suzume the movie. JJK the second season. Zom 100, which they had that big hiatus. All right, that's everything that I watched, and I think I deleted a slide maybe. Yeah, it should say Bleach again, but whatever. All right, is that even 15? Yeah, I think it says Bleach again. Wait, oh. Okay, cool. Ray.
Yeah.
All right. Ray, how many shows do you think you watched this year?
5.
Yeah.
Generously. Really?
You watched 5 shows this year. And they're really good shows too.
I watched more, but I watched 5 for this. Can
Yeah.
I say that?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, that's fair. Like, you probably watched some stuff from other years.
Yeah, I still haven't finished Assassination Classroom though. That's crazy.
I feel like you watched a lot of these because I told you to. Like, Blue Lock,
These are the the Blue Lock one. Yeah. That one for sure.
JJK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was everyone was posting about it on Twitter too, and I was like, I felt left out. So I was like, I think I should just watch this whole show now.
Yeah. Yeah, stay away from Twitter. I got such bad spoilers from Twitter. I got this season spoiled
Oh,
for
I
me.
got the worst.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and I remember because I was behind because I was catching up entirely while season 2 was airing, and so like I saw something when it aired. I don't know if we'll talk about that later, but like I saw something and then immediately texted Barat, not the spoiler, but I was just like, I think I can't emotionally do this season.
Oh my,
I don't know what's
dude,
gonna
this season
happen.
was so depressing. Oh my god.
Yeah, every episode was just a kick in the teeth.
I know.
But we ride.
All right, next. Carrie.
Wait, actually, I have
yeah.
a question.
What's up?
So for season for Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Yeah.
On the voting stuff, when it's like best opening and stuff, it's for like that first arc. But we're talking
Is
about the
it?
whole season, right?
I-
Yeah, because when they put in like opening sequence, it would just be for like because they had two different sequences
Yeah.
for the first and second.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, the
But we're
first one
talking
was
about
sick
all
with
of
the
second season, right?
skyscraper, the dragon. Oh my
That
god.
one was really good.
Okay. It's whatever they say it is. It's whatever they
Okay,
say
I
it
think
is.
that's whole season. I think it's whole season.
All right. Carrie, how many shows do you think you watched this year?
Like, maybe like 8.
8?
Yeah.
All right, you watched 12, which is good.
Oh,
It's like
nice.
one show a month, right?
Yeah.
And I know you told me you watched Bochi the Rock like yesterday.
Yes, I just finished Bochi the Rock this week because I have looked at the nominations already, and so I decided like maybe I will watch this just so that I can have my own judgment and decide if it will if it is something that I want to vote for in any of the categories. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm sure people can see now there's like a lot of overlap of the shows we're watching. Like everyone's watched JJK, everyone's watched Demon Slayer, Spy Family, Blue Lock. All right, keep it going. Barat, how many shows do you think you watched this year?
Damn. Not that many.
Yeah, you watched 3. But it's okay because Barat is our resident MVP who researched all the music and everything like that. So yeah, and the shows you did watch were really good too. So you get a pass.
MVP.
You are the MVP though.
Well, yeah, if you can hear me.
Yeah. So what else was I gonna say? I can't remember. It's okay. Makana. Oh, alright, you started. Makana watched the most out of everyone. Makana, how many shows do you think you watched this year?
Well, if you're saying I watched the most, it has to be more than 15.
Yeah, it has to be more than 15. Cause how?
And you're only counting new ones, right?
Yeah,
So like stuff
I know you're watching
before
stuff that's gonna count for next time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say like 20.
20.
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head. So you watched a lot. You watched practically everything I watched, right? You watched,
Yeah.
and you watch. You like your romance rom-coms kind of stuff.
The fast food ones, yes.
Yeah. You watched 19 shows, really close to 20.
That's cool.
You almost made it off the screen. So Makana,
I'm
all right.
surprised.
So if we were to classify everyone, I'm kind of a more than average viewer. Makana's like an expert viewer or seasoned veteran anime viewer. Carries more of that kind of into anime, and Barad and Ray are more of our casual audience who will only watch a couple shows a year. All right, so that kind of classifies all of us, so you know pretty much how we're gonna vote, and also you know everything that we watch. So if we have opinions on certain shows, obviously we can't have very strong opinions on shows we didn't watch, right? So that might influence how we vote, obviously. And finally, all together, collectively, we watched 26 seasons of anime, and this is everything we've watched throughout the year, which you know, qualified. I think this is pretty good for qualifying us for, you know, voting for the anime awards. 26 seasons between all 5 of us is pretty good, right? I mean, that's like 2 shows a month.
I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, so with that, now that we have all of our qualifications out of the way, I think we're ready to just get in there. So let me switch over, hide my screen. Let me click vote. Log in. Enter my email. You know the thing I don't like about the Anime Awards? It's that it's a popularity contest.
That's like all awards.
But you can vote multiple times. I don't like that.
True.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I
the-
don't like the multiple time part.
I feel like it would be the same thing though as people who would just make 5 accounts so that they can keep voting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Oh shoot, I didn't mute it. Last time I got a strike on my channel. Not a strike, a warning, because it played music from the like the trailer or something.
So you'll just need to like sing it this time. So
No.
everyone knows what-
Like the video that was like now presenting the anime award.
Oh,
Like that got me a no. But okay, so this is pretty much the last day you can vote. Tomorrow's really the last day, but second to last day we can vote. We wanted to do it last week, but scheduling. So yeah, but hey, better late than never, right? Are we all ready?
Yes.
Cool. Let's start. Okay, so I can skip the first one. Yeah, anime of the year. Oshinoko, Bochi the Rock Chainsaw, Demon Slayer, JJK, Vinland. Where's Blue Lock, dude? Oh my god. That. Wait, Blue Lock's not nominated for this?
it's gonna be a heated discussion later.
Blue Lock
When
is
we come
my.
back to it.
All right. We'll skip that for last, okay? Best continuing series. Wait, there's no videos this year. That's interesting. I don't know why they did that. But best continuing series. AOT, Demon Slayer, JJK, One Piece, Spy X Family, Vinland Saga. Okay, if I want to start, if I'm being honest, JJK is probably like, I know it's a continuing anime. It might be my favorite anime of all time. It's like,
Wow.
because I don't know the ending yet because I don't read the manga, but it just the way it's drawn, the story, like all the setup from season 1 that paid off in season 2. I watched season 1 again, and there's so much stuff they say in season 1 that like that doesn't get revealed until season 2. Like the setup is perfect. Like why can't I think of anything on the spot? Alright, I don't know. I also know that One Piece had like a breakout episode where he uses Gear 5, which is like his ultimate use of his ability. AOT ended. The AOT only counts for the final season chapter special 1.
I don't know what that
final
means.
season, the final chapter special 1. This is part 3. Wait, this is part 3, part 2, part 1. I'm pretty sure.
That's
I
crazy.
I feel like you have to count everything that came
Yo, it
this
says
past year.
it says special one.
Special one was very good.
Special one is part 3. I didn't watch it though. Does anyone have
This
any?
was probably like an hour-long special, right, or something like that.
Was it good?
It was good.
All right.
I don't know how much I should talk about it.
You know what? This is.
Spoilers-wise.
I think you can say spoilers is fine. I mean, it's an
I feel
anime
like
show.
leading up to the release of this, I guess, special, if we're just talking about the one episode, I was kind of memeing it because I was really disappointed in how they were breaking up the story so much, all the parts, so many seasons, part 2, part 3, part
I know.
56. But ignoring all that, I think the story, the animation, the quality of this particular episode was out of the world. It hit the feels, and it was worth the payoff waiting from the cliffhanger from the part right before. Should I go more about the other stuff I watched, or should I?
Yeah, you
pass
can
it
keep
on?
going.
Okay. For this category, I watched. Let's see. I watched Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, JJK, and Spy Family. I think specifically for this category, I was thinking about the difference or the delta between the season that aired this past year and the season right before.
Mhm.
And I feel like the difference, like the jump, has to play a factor when voting for this category. So, of all these, I felt like the jump between Spy Family, season 1, part 1, and core 2 was pretty good, but not as big as between Demon Slayer. Again, between the season before
Yeah.
and this season. But I think by far the biggest jump was between season 1 and 2 of JJK.
I know, dude.
I felt like JJK season 1. I'm not even really into JJK, but just the quality difference, the story difference, it felt really good to me, and it really made me into a fan.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't know you weren't obsessed with JJK.
How could you not? But
I
anyway,
kind of just watched it because everyone else did.
it has to be my favorite anime. I mean, I don't know, but I did want to remember. I remember what I want to say. Like they set up that whole prison realms thing. That's what it's called, right? They set that up in season 1. That's the reason that Jogo fights Gojo in when they first interact, is because Jogo knows that Geto has the prison realm, so he feels confident enough to fight him or something. But he gets his ass kicked. Yeah. But like setting stuff up like that is so great. Well, does anyone else have any opinions for this category?
Just a general comment about JJK. I also feel like JJK is maybe not my favorite, but like the best anime currently going. However, just very tiny political. They don't treat their animators right, and that's not good.
Yeah.
So I cannot give them like a beautiful 10 out of 10 because that's not right.
Yeah, they also
So,
kind
but-
of ruined an entire episode because of that fact, which is a real
Mm.
shame
That's true.
with the
So
art.
yeah.
The rushing.
So I will say that yes, amazing, incredible anime, and that would probably be my vote for best continuing series, but docking points because you're mean to your animators.
Yeah, and none of us here watch Vinland Saga. I know Vinland Saga actually won someone else's award last year, and if our sixth friend was here, he would probably tell us all about it, but he's not. So I think we're leaning towards JJK. All right, no complaints.
No
Alright, we're good to go.
complaints.
Oh, okay, vote. Next. Best new series. Okay. What is What is this? Heavenly Delusion? Dude, Hell's Paradise. Ooh, on 100. Okay, so because Hell's Paradise is here, I'm gonna talk about Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise was really hyped up. It was kind of talked about like it was the like it was the JJK, like the next JJK, because it came out before JJK and it's done by Mappa too, right? The story kind of wasn't great. There was one amazing story of a student and the blind teacher. That story was so good, and then they killed the only guy I liked right after it. He was the only one who had a good developed story, and then they killed him off the same episode. It was like, I was so furious with the show because I was really wanted to like it, or I wanted to see why people did like the show, and it just ripped it away from me. The ending did redeem it a little bit. It did pique my interest to want to watch the next season, but I'm not like, I don't want to jump out and say Hell's Paradise is a good show because I didn't think it was good. And I probably don't even still think it's good. It just has some cool moments in it, honestly. Zom 100 was one of the surprising picks, like surprising shows for me, because I didn't really know much about it. The first episode was like really talked about a lot and really grabbed your attention. And it's one of those shows that, like Spy X Family season 1, the original season 1, how everybody was just watching it casually and wanted to see what happened every week. That's how I really felt about Zom 100. And oh, also Oshinoko had the breakthrough 1 hour and a half long episode 1, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it was like 3 episodes combined in one.
3 episodes combined in one. That alone, like that, if I called it a movie, I thought it was a really good movie. The rest of the season kept me entertained, right? But it wasn't as impactful as that first movie. But I enjoyed the show overall. Okay. Does anyone want to talk about Bocchi the Rock?
Harry, you want to go first? Or should I jump in?
Either. You can go.
Okay, I can jump in. Or just for context first, I watched Bocchi the Rock probably a month ago, so not ongoing. So I was able to kind of binge it all together. I feel like this is I was really glad to see that it was nominated for Best New Series. I saw it was really popular on Twitter for a multitude of reasons. From my perspective, I think it really captures, albeit in an extreme way, what it's like to be an introvert. But obviously, anime, TV shows, all that, obviously have to be exaggerated a little bit for entertainment. But there's a lot of little things that I can go on and on about that makes the show entertaining. But of all of these nominees, I watched Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, and Chainsaw Man. I feel like the most important qualifier for me was how much I wanted to see season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, Oshinoko and Bocchi the Rock are good enough as standalones. While Chainsaw Man, I just really wanted to see more. At the end of like episode 12 or 13, I was really surprised they just stopped there instead of making it 24. So I'm really looking forward to the upcoming movie. So if I had to pick one, that's my vote.
Carrie, you want to hop in?
Ray's been wanting to say something for a while, so I'll let them talk. And then I think I will talk about Zom 100.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually gonna talk about Zom 100 too. Cause so
nice.
I've
Okay.
only seen I've only seen Chainsaw Man and Zom 100, and to be honest, I started watching Zom 100 because Kevin, you mentioned it, and then my cousin also was watching it. You guys were both like, "You really need to watch this," and I was kind of like, I really don't know if I want to watch a zombie show. Like that's really not my gear. But I think, to be honest, and I did really like Chainsaw Man. I think it had really crazy moments. But I kind of do want to put Psalm 100 as my pick because it really surprised me. Like I think the way they spoke about topics that weren't just like it wasn't just limited to a zombie movie. I feel like it just happened to, or not a movie, it's like a show. It like happened to be a zombie show, if that makes sense. Like it's just like this dude that has to like find himself again in a fun way. And it's also kind of the same reason I was watching like Spy Family. Like it really is also a slice of life that just makes you kind of happy watching it, which is crazy too because they're kind of slashing people left, right, center. Like yeah, I wish we got more of it, but I really liked it. I think just because it surprised me so much, and I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, that would be my pick. That said, Chainsaw Man also surprised me. It's not. I just kind of thought it was like okay, whatever. It's just like kind of like another of the genre type show, but there's those. I was screaming. I was yelling watching it.
Chainsaw?
The whole, that kiss and then the aftermath was kind of.
Dude,
I didn't think
Chainsaw's
anyone
like
would do that.
Chainsaw's like horny JJK. I'm being honest, but it's like it's. Is that a good way to describe it for people who have never seen it?
Yeah, I remember I started watching it late too.
Yeah.
And it's been a minute. I can't remember what the little dude's name is. Little Chainsaw, like the demon.
Pochita.
Curse, whatever.
Pochita.
Yeah. I remember because before I watched the show, that's all I ever saw was Pochita, and then like we saw it. The first episode. I'm like, wait, that's it? I was like,
Yeah.
I thought little dude was gonna be with this whole season. I was betrayed.
Fusion. He did a Dragon Ball Z.
I miss him every day.
He's still in his heart, literally.
Yeah, he is there the whole
show. How dare you? Don't pull it on me. Are you crazy?
Well, now that I know that Pochita is not in Chainsaw Man for the whole season, because I didn't watch that.
Oh, you didn't watch
my
Chainsaw?
style. I did not watch Chainsaw. It's not my kind of show. But now that I know that the dog's not there, I'm really not gonna watch it. I'm a big dog person. That's why.
Like, why bother? Put the
exactly.
in.
Yep. So for me, from this list, the shows that I watched are Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, and Zom 100. I do think all of these shows. Wait, I said Chainsaw Man. I did not mean to say Chainsaw Man. Sorry. Oshinoko,
You watch
Bocchi the Rock,
Bocchi, and then Zom 100.
And Zom 100. Yes. Sorry about that. I do think that they were all good and in their own ways. Oshinoko, yeah, the first episode was really good. I also had a slightly different experience than most people probably because I did read the synopsis before going into it. I did read the synopsis. And I also saw a TikTok. So I knew what was going to happen, but it was still fun to watch. And I thought the whole season overall was good. I thought there was a lull in when he like reconnected with that red hair girl. But then the second part of the season with the social media stuff, I did enjoy that part a lot. That one kept me going. Bocchi the Rock, I really, really enjoy the uniqueness of the show because if you watch it, there's this big comedic aspect to it of how they portray Bocchi in her introvertedness, because they like draw her as like a squiggle or like a doodle sometimes because she's like so nervous, like she's shaking with how much anxiety she has, and it captures her character so well. And then for Zom 100, I agree with Ray that it was like surprising by how much I enjoyed it. It was just like such a fun time. And it's not the kind of show that I thought I would pick up either because I'm also not a zombie person. Like I don't watch Walking Dead or anything like that. So, but I had so much fun watching the show, and there was nothing that I could complain about the show. I looked forward to watching every episode, and like sometimes there were heartfelt moments and stuff. And so my vote would be for Zom 100.
I think if I'm looking at this, it's like what show surprised me the most and what show did I want to watch every week, right? For me, that's two shows, Zom 100 and Chainsaw. Chainsaw because I love action anime. You know, I just gotta watch action anime. It's my favorite thing. But Zom 100 was surprising. It was so funny. It was so different. But when I say it was so different, it just reminded me a lot of how I felt watching the original Spy Family. Like I said that before. But yeah, it was the most surprising show for me. So I think for me, it wins Best New Series. Is that fair? Anyone?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Like I know like for shows I want to watch like season 2. Zom 100 might not be it. It might be like a one season. The first season was the best season show, but the other shows kind of they entertained me, but they didn't really grab me like Zom 100. I just couldn't stop watching it. I'm going for it.
Okay, Makan and Barat, now you guys gotta watch Zom 100 and see what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll leave a comment with my opinions on the YouTube.
All right, I think.
And last thing about this category, I personally would have said Blue Lock. Okay, that's it.
Yes,
that's it.
Blue Lock. It's gotta be Blue Lock. Oh my god. All right, best film. All right, this is easy. We all, everyone here has only watched one film. Suzume.
Yep.
Anyone want to talk about it? Wait,
I haven't even
Makan, I think you enjoyed this movie the most out of everyone. Why don't you give us a spiel?
Sure. I don't need to explain what happened in the movie, right? But I can just
Explain how you
just
felt.
go.
I'm gonna go grab a water real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay. For Suzume, well, let's see. I also wanted to watch Kaguya, but I didn't get around to watching it. But for Suzume, I felt like comparing it to Your Name and Weathering with You, I liked it at number 2 of those 3, after Your Name and above Weathering with You. I think the main thing that makes me like the movie so much is the dynamic between the two main characters. Obviously, with a lot of stories, you see them grow throughout the movie, but there's something about this that just hit. And I can't really point to something in particular, but I like the growth, the character growth, the animations when the door's opening, the feel, the danger. It was just a really good movie to me. It didn't hit as hard as Your Name, but it felt better than Weathering for You, at least for me.
For me, I actually think it would be third for me. I feel like every movie is losing impact for me a little, because like you watch Your Name and you cry, like this is gonna change film forever, and then they kind of start feeling similar. I mean, maybe it's just their style, right? But it didn't feel really new, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. It didn't feel as exciting to watch as Your Name for me.
Is there something that it needed to push it above either Your Name or Weathering?
Well, I didn't cry, so that's probably what it needed. If it could make me cry, you know.
I feel that.
I can say what it was missing for me was that it didn't feel like it was supposed to be a love story. It felt like it was a fantasy movie, and that's what it was first. However, I went into watching the movie as if it was going to be a romance anime or a romance movie. So it fell flat for my expectations. But if I think about that, it was a fantasy movie first, then I think it was really good.
That's a good point, having that perspective. Well, if anyone else has any complaints.
I didn't watch any of these.
Yeah.
Sorry. But but for Suzume, like I remember when it came out and I watched the trailer and everything, and I had basically the same thought as you, Kevin, where I was just like I think I would have enjoyed it more if that was the first movie I'd ever seen from them.
Yeah.
And same with like, I mean, like, because it's, yeah, everything feels very same as the previous work, like from soundtrack to general storyline structure, obviously to art style as well. And so I don't like, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it
It's
feels
not
too
special.
familiar to be exciting. Yeah.
But
It-
it wins by default.
It sounds like
Fair
it's
play.
unfortunately nerfed with expectations.
Yes,
from-
no, that's completely
past.
why. That is completely why. But for us, it wins by default. Here we go. Next, best original. An original anime is not adapted from source material like manga. Okay, the only one that we all. Oh wait, Ray, you watched this? Buddy Daddies?
I watched
Oh
that
my
too.
god, yeah, we did!
We forgot
Wait,
4
okay.
animes.
Whoa,
Oh,
4
yeah,
animes.
I totally forgot about that. Can I say, oh my god, I thought they were gonna be gay, and I was so betrayed. Because everyone, when it first was announced, everyone was like, haha, gay spy family. And we got to the end, and I was like, where's it at? So that was one thing. But I did really enjoy it. One of the dads has the same name as me, so and I watch shows and movies like how your craziest relative watches football. Like it is a spectator sport for me. So sometimes yelling out their names was like felt weird. But honestly I had a really good time with it. Like it's not the heartfelt thing. Like they don't try to do too much and go too deep with it, but it was a really fun watch. I think.
Right?
Gerard, what do you think about it?
Yeah, listen, Friend Fathers. I enjoyed it a lot. And I think that there were some parallels we also saw between that and say like Spy Family, and that was the natural comparison people were gonna make. But I think that the vibe that it brought was pretty unique to itself, and kind of what they were trying to do. It was heartfelt at times, and then it didn't make you dwell in those moments for too long. It found balance in some more whimsical, really enjoyable show throughout.
I think you were losing him. All
That
right.
was a beautiful description, Barat.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Makana and I both watched Gundam, right? So I watched Gundam coming in as a fan of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is also one of my favorite animes of all time. This Gundam series was different. The main character was a female. They were at school. There was no larger sense of war until the second season, which I felt was a missing component of what I wanted from Gundam. I felt like war, this kind of sense of mechs and war is important. It's like they're fighting for a reason. The ending I was unsatisfied with, and really the majority of the second half I was unsatisfied with. The ending of the first part, when she literally kills a guy, blood on the hand, now that got me going. I was so excited to watch the second half, and it didn't really deliver on it for me. What kind of you wanna hop in?
Sure. I decided to watch this because Yoasobi did
Yes,
the OP, which was an absolute banger. But yeah, I don't have too much of a connection with Gundam. I know giant robot fighting.
Mhm.
That's all really cool. I like Transformers.
Yep.
So like pretty similar. I can't really go too deep, but I felt like good story, good characters. Got a little too political at some points.
Yeah.
But the fighting was good when it happened.
I know.
But I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
And also like you, I felt like I think it was at the end of season 1, where the guy went flat like a mosquito.
Yeah.
That was probably the most memorable and best part of the entire series
Yeah,
for me.
it really felt like
Um,
something was gonna happen. Like more people were gonna die and stuff like that, and it kind of just went back to school, and then stuff happened after that. But I will say the art and animation is insane. It's like nothing else. Well,
And the prequel or whatever, the intro,
yeah, the
or
prequel
that one
was
was really good.
yeah. It's like it was like what, an hour long. It was free on YouTube. Anyone could watch it. It was so like that was better than the entire show for me, if I'm being honest. But okay, for voting, because I didn't have such a great experience with Gundam, and you guys really are selling Buddy Daddies, I think we're voting for it.
Still Daddies. Buddy Daddies.
Buddy
Yeah.
Daddies. Best animation. Okay, this is a tough one. Oh, I have something to say. Okay, I have something to say. So in anime, like companies like to use CGI to save time in anime, right? 3D modeling, stuff like that. For me, it's a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why. It kind of distracts me from the overall image. If I notice something is 3D modeled or CGI, it kind of pulls me out of that immersive experience. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, every frame is drawn by hand. So for me, it's like it gets bonus points for that. There are other very good shows here that have amazing animation. You know, MAPPA, obviously, JJK's Chainsaw. UFO Table, also known for really good animation. You know, especially with the Fate series, right? And Demon Slayer, the sword effects are really cool too. But because I'm biased, like I would want to lean towards Mob Psycho, or because I like JJK so much, JJK, but they did fumble, you know, scheduling issues and being rushed, so some of their episodes weren't as high quality as they should have been. I might be leaning towards Mob, but I'm the only one who watched it. So does anyone want to say anything else for any of the other shows?
I thought the JJK season 2. Wait, so that is going to encompass the whole thing, or just the first arc, the
entire thing, because it
flashback arc?
didn't take a break, right? So
Oh.
it takes the entire thing.
Okay. I would not like to vote for JJK because they're mean to their animators, but the animators did such a phenomenal job. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Also,
So I guess they deserve the award, but the people who are managing them, not nice.
well,
yeah.
obviously MAPPA is the same animation studio, right? But Chainsaw, like, here's another thing that I like about, you know, really good animation is when they move the camera, because it's drawn 2D, but moving the camera in 3D space is really special. It's really something you never see. It takes a lot of time to do. They do that in Chainsaw, and they do that in JJK too. And did they do that in Demon Slayer? I don't think they did. But in Chainsaw, I very distinctly remember they moved the camera, and that's something that's really special and should be taken into account. Maybe Mob Psycho, I would lean more towards art, right? Because this is animation, which that's a different category, right? Probably.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But
I think if there's like an art direction one.
yeah, okay. Maybe I'll save Mob for my back pocket. But man, Mappa is really, wow, 3 out of the 6 options.
And
know
you
what?
know what? I agree with JJK has like some really, really cool camera angles that I wouldn't have thought of before.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure
think
that
so.
you have. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I haven't seen Mob Psycho, but so off this one I've seen Chainsaw, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer, and I really like Chainsaw. And I like what you said with like the camera movement and stuff, like that whole, I think it was the hotel, right, or like apartment, whatever, multi-story building, like everything being so condensed there, and I don't know how to describe this right, but like it was such a small space, but there was these like little moments and character interactions and small scenes aside the main fight that all felt really like unique and distinct from the main like issue that was at play, but it also still felt really unified. And I think sometimes when like there's like a big fight scene with a lot of like, you know, characters involved, things can get really jumbled. And I think part of that was like how they styled each scene and like create these like really distinct areas. My only thing is like I don't know if that goes more towards like direction, versus animation. Like I don't know how strong those lines go. But I think a big part of it was like how they decided to like, I don't know, structure scenes. That's I think Demon Slayer did like a similar thing, and I thought they had a lot of kind of baddies that were similar because there's that one dude that like splits up and everything.
Yeah.
And so being able to make sure that they all felt really distinct was good because there's another one where there's like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But I think I would go for Chainsaw Man. But I haven't seen Mob Psycho, so if you really feel strongly,
I might save
I'm
that
not
for
standing
art.
your way.
Yeah. I will say JJK though, they moved a lot. Like they moved like a lot, and then that like I feel like I watched it and I wanted it to like I could tell it was good, right? I could tell JJK was good, but they didn't have the polish due to the rush schedule, right? Like it's so hard for me to not give it to JJK because they really do something special there at Mappa, and having those scheduling rushed and it really just sucked for that season. But you know, Chainsaw. Yeah, Makana.
I think I could jump in here because I was thinking of when I should bring this up, but for JJK,
Yeah.
I think a lot of what this conversation is dancing around is I think episode 16 where
I think so, yeah.
apparently it was unpolished.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I think that was probably my favorite episode of the entire season. And if I didn't know that the animators were under all the pressure and all the scheduling issues and all that, I thought that quality-wise, it just blew me out of, like, it was crazy. I felt like I was left speechless. The camera angles, I don't know, it just panned around. It used the entire environment.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
And it was crazy. So if I didn't know anything about the environment that the animators were under and all the pressure, I would think that this was a really high quality episode and I would have known better. But even saying that, I'm just a sucker for UFO Table and Demon Slayer, all the sword animations. I felt like I read the manga too, and I was kind of thinking of how they would adapt the Mist Hashira, because I don't know how do you translate that from a drawing to animation, and I was pleasantly surprised with how well they adapted that. I don't know if that's part of this category, but I really liked how they did that. And also every time they cut to Tanjiro's flaming sword, it's just really, really cool to me. So if I had to vote, it's for Demon Slayer.
All right, I think from what you said, if I'm separating animation and art, JJK has the best animation, because just the pure movement, the scale of the fighting was insane, right? Like the fighting choreography, whatever, if that's what we can call it. It's second to none for me. Dude, I don't know. I'm between Demon Slayer and JJK. Anyone want to push me?
There's a category called art direction, so you can separate animation and art.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna lock in JJK. Like, it feels bad, but it feels right. There we go.
Feels so good.
Best character design. Oh, character design. We're seeing a lot of same faces, huh? I'm definitely not voting Hell's Paradise for this. Okay. I don't remember all of their names. Wait. Or are these just the character designers?
These are just overall.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Does anyone else want to start?
What I did to prepare for this category was I just looked at the front page for each of their My Anime list listings,
Yeah.
and then normally you don't recognize all of them, like all the, because there are some supporting characters that are on the front page of their listing, but the only one out of all these nominees that really stood out, or of the animes that I watched, the only one with a page where I felt connected to all of the characters was Chainsaw Man. Good or bad, I felt like I connected with the protagonist, the antagonist, the supporting characters, and it wasn't like that for the rest of the animes nominated for this category for me.
I agree with you. Each character in Chainsaw Man had something like a quirk that made them funny or special or cool, you know, mysterious. JJK, we kind of know all the characters already, but they're cool, right? But they're not. It wasn't new. We kind of knew all the characters already. Were they developed differently? They were kind of more of the same from season 1, I would say. Demon Slayer, we know all the characters already. We know what they do, exactly who they are. The only other ones were like the Hashiras, right? We get to learn who they are, but though they didn't really feel special. One was like, oh, I'm a sleepy guy. The other one's like, oh, I'm a dummy girl, right? Hell's Paradise, the only good character died. Oshinoko, it's like a slice of life, right? Or it's like a slice of life. They're not really that different. I don't know. Carrie Ann, you wanna anything?
I don't have much to say except that the Mist Hashira, I did like his backstory. I remember that.
The twin.
Yeah. But that's it for me.
I'm picking Chainsaw. Like, yeah, each character is funny or, you know, special in some way. That, you know, added something interesting. Best director. What does best director mean? How a great anime and a great director are almost inseparable. Central importance: directors work behind the scenes, conveying their vision to animators, making critical decisions, and managing the creative aspects of production. Well, I know who's not gonna win, JJK, because of that rush schedule. Best director? Maybe Chainsaw? Chainsaw just felt so good, I'm being honest.
For me, it was Bocchi the Rock for this category. It was just so unique. I felt like it. For the other animes, I felt like, okay, this is a drama anime. This is an action anime. This one really stood out in its own category, and I feel like the director has a large impact on how the feel of the show goes in that direction. So simply because of its uniqueness, I attribute a lot of that to the director, and that's why I would vote for Bocchi the Rock for this category.
I am not gonna fight you on that. You know what? Because I don't have any strong opinions for any of these, really, for director.
Attack on Titan was also good. But again,
But specifically the
other...
final season, the final chapter, special one.
Special one?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Specifically, what the heck
Dang, they're
is
really
this?
cutting out special 2, 3, and 25 or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how much of it can be attributed to the story itself, right? The mangaka who wrote the story. So a lot of the directors, they just, but they adapt the story to the best of their abilities. But it really takes that special X factor for a director to make a story shine.
Cool. Bocchi the Rock. Best cinematography. What is cinematography? Always on the composition of individual scenes, paying particular attention to use of light and shadow, camera angles, depths of field, scene transitions. Oh, so like a really good fight sequence or something?
Camera angles play into this.
It's kind of like, I like to think about cinematography as like, if you were to take a freeze frame, like, how impactful does that one frame feel? I think it's kind of like how well you balance everything that's going on in your story condensed into one shot. So it's like, it's kind of like replacement throughout. For that, I think I want to give it to Chainsaw Man again. I think it like they just had shots that felt really good to see, and I think everything felt really dynamic in fights in a way that like it's like hard to achieve, right, with animation with anything
Yeah.
that's a drawn medium like this. So to be able to add a lot of that depth in and have all of these really distinct characters in crazy scenarios, I think they did really well with that. Without having to add super wild things, I don't know, sometimes like people like play with light and it's like super harsh or it's just a little bit too obvious. I think Chainsaw Man felt oddly real for being so outlandish. But yeah, I was like honestly thinking about it while we were watching it. And I was just like, yeah, this kind of slaps. Like they did a good job with this one.
Yeah, I think the flow of like the animations, like calling the Fox Devil, or yeah, Fox Devil, right? So that what he made a pact with? And then it comes out and eats it, and then that's so cool, man. That's so cool. That's cool stuff.
I think the fight with, I think it's the Bat Devil where they're like jumping off buildings. That was a highlight to me in terms of cinematography. If I remember correct, I don't remember perfectly, but there was also like an infinite hotel.
Yes,
and circling around. That was pretty cool. So I would definitely also give props to Chainsaw Man, but I also wanted to come back to that Sukuna versus Jogo fight. Again, I think episode 16 for JJK. That was just mind-blowing to me. Left me breathless. So it's between one of those two for me. Chainsaw and JJK.
Yeah, I think like JJK, like you like that episode, right? I like the episode too, but I know that it could be more polished and like it could look like unreal. Like it was.
What about that? It was like the anime episode with the guy talking about FPS and what was it? It was right before the beach fight. That one stood out to me. Again, I can't remember all the details, but like they were going crazy with the animation there. Or
he does something like
the
in 24 frames or
24
something.
frames,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray, I really like your description of like best cinematography, and it even made me think of like how sometimes I'll be watching an anime and I'll say like, wow, that would make a great poster. So yeah, I don't have a vote for this category. Just yeah.
I think I'm going Chainsaw. Like, isn't when they summon the Ghost Devil, right? The girl that dies, right? Didn't she do like a thing where like she closed her hand and then the other fingers come on the other side? Then and then all the hands come out, right? Like that's cool.
Also, when we're talking about what's happening, like what happened for Chainsaw Man, where I'm like, there was a lot that they packed into one season.
I
like,
know.
It's kind of crazy.
One of our sixth friend who's not here, he really hyped us up for it. Did he watch it? I don't think he watched it.
Oh, and the part with Makima executing everyone.
Yeah.
And the cuts back and forth. That was really
visual creative look, color design, animation styles, consideration, tons of details.
You know what? Actually,
how is Mob not here? Are you serious? All right. Someone else go.
I can't speak to her. I really like Zom 100 because they're talking about like the use of like wait, hover the little info icon. Oh,
I can't anymore. Wait, maybe I can. Yeah, there we go.
That's okay. I really liked Zom 100 for that. With okay. I think it it did a really good job at like using the art direction to kind of undercut what could be a very visually jarring scene when they're going out into like the city and it's just like gory and crazy and all the fights and everything. Like if the topic felt heavy, I feel like the art direction did a really good job at like kind of counterbalancing it so it didn't feel so, I don't know, soul-sucking. But yeah, it was weird to me because I was like, this should feel harsh to
Scary.
watch, but you just kind of like, this is just like a dude persisting.
Yeah.
And having weirdly a good time about it during the zombie apocalypse. But I think that the art direction kind of served Zom 100 the best. I think it was used like really uniquely. So that's gonna be my vote.
Yeah, I think Oshinoko, I said this while I was watching it, like everything is drawn really well. It's just there's no crazy fast movement or anything. It's a lot of just characters just standing, but they're drawn very nicely, you know. They all have a lot of detail in their, you know, how they're drawn and their eyes especially, and you know, it's kind of winning me over.
They were like so pretty, and I don't like, it's just like extra details in their hair or something. Like it looked so good.
Yeah, I think because they didn't have to worry about stuff moving so much that they could take time and really draw, you know, spend time drawing the characters out.
I agree.
All
I
right.
also want to vouch for Demon Slayer too.
Okay.
One more time. It's just very
Yeah,
unique.
yeah. The UFO table style.
Even if it's similar to the previous seasons, it's just 10 out of 10 every time.
Yeah, Demon Slayer really is something else. Wait, have I even voted Demon Slayer yet? I feel like because it came out so long ago. It came out in October, right? Yeah. But I think I'm fine with Oshinoko.
Yeah, valid.
Valid. Alright, cool. Best romance. Oh, we got an expert. Best romance, Makana.
This is probably my favorite genre of anime, or this between slice of life and romance. I think, let's see, I watched Horimiya, My Happy Marriage, Yamada-kun, and Tomo-chan. So I can only talk about those four. All in, by far my favorite was Yamada, but that's because I'm biased. But before I get to that, I felt like Horimiya was solid. It didn't have as strong as an impact as the first part did for me. Just because I just had such high expectations for it. So again, nerfed by expectations, but it was definitely solid to me. It definitely has the special X factor that I'm looking for in romance animes. So that gives it bonus points. My Happy Marriage was a surprising one for me. I saw it on Netflix and I had some time to just watch it on a plane. And it was pretty slow in the beginning, kind of generic. You definitely see why it's considered a romance anime. A little bit of wholesomeness, and then it kind of transitioned into a bit of a drama action ghost hunting series, which kind of confused me.
Drama action ghost hunting.
Yeah, so it doesn't really take away too much from it because it's still really good, and I probably will watch season 2, but I don't think it has enough to earn my vote for this category. Let's see. Tomo-chan, I thought was pretty mid, and I'm kind of surprised that it got nominated. Maybe because this year's class was kind of weak overall. I thought I only watched it because there wasn't much else to watch during that season, and at the end I kind of liked it. Character, you get the tomboy, you get the strong dude too. They fight a lot. It's funny, rom-com. But I don't think it was super high quality. It didn't have that special X factor that I was looking for. But for me, the one that gets the crown is definitely Yamada-kun. Probably I'm biased because it's like a romance anime for gamers. You really see those little things like them talking on Discord or building a computer, logging on and just grinding out an MMO, leveling up. But you also see the differences between how people interact IRL and online. The dude's an esport pro. The girl,
No, it's Faker.
like, let's see, what was her thing? It starts with her getting cheated on. So she starts playing games, and then she meets this guy who's just grinding items in the game, and then they run into each other IRL, and it goes on and on. But yeah, it's just checks every box. I immediately started reading the manga after the anime ended, and it earns 4 stars for me.
Hey, if you say it so, it shall be. No complaints from me. Best comedy.
Oh, sorry. Can I
Wait,
say something about
Horimiya?
Horimiya? Yes. Okay. Horimiya is my favorite anime, season 1, because I feel like I can relate to the characters so well, and it's a very, very believable story. Horimiya: The Missing Pieces, I would only recommend it if you really loved Horimiya, because the title is exactly correct, that it's just the missing pieces. So it's basically just filler. Like, if they combine the 2 seasons together, it's the same story. It's not like a separate or continuation of season 1. It is the missing pieces. It is the filler of season 1. So if you want to get some background and stuff, then I would recommend watching it.
Okay. Ooh. Best comedy. Ooh. Spy Family, Zom 100, Buddy Daddies, Bochi the Rock. I think John would say Mashal. What is this one? What? Okay. Spy X Family. We all know it's funny. What happened in season 1, part 2? That's
Honestly,
when
the second part was like a little more serious. That was the bomb arc.
Yeah, the
that happened.
bomb.
It's
Yeah.
so wild.
They met Bond, their dog.
Yeah, they met the dog. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes. Anyone want to start?
And the tennis part, right?
Dude, I'm
Or is
looking
that
at my
a-
notes. I'm looking at my notes.
Oh yeah, that was the final.
Guys, I'm looking at my notes. It says your learns how to cook. Period. It's funny. Period. Like, that's all you gotta know. It's funny.
Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Let her cook. Yeah, everyone's gonna die of food poisoning.
Yeah. So the tennis tournament. Boyd meets Desmond the father for the first time. Oh, that's it. That's all that happens. The terrorist part, Yor learns how to cook. Yor learns how to cook. Anya and Becky go shopping and become good friends. The tennis part, did I say that already? Side story where Nightfall and Yor compete for Lloyd, and Yor wins. And Lloyd meets Desmond, the father. All right, let's.
Yeah,
It's another show. Zom 100. Okay, Zom 100. Is funny in the sense that he's not taking such a serious situation seriously, and like everybody's like needs food to survive, and then he's going out to the convenience store to get beer for free, and like he chooses to get a giant TV and instead of like survival supplies. It's just a funny take on a very serious situation. And if I'm being honest, is it funnier than Spy Family? Who watched both of them?
I did.
What do you think? It's hard too, because Spy X Family was so long ago, and it's not even the current season. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I think that Psalm 100, like it was funny because he's kind of like whacked out, but like I don't know. I think that there was more moments that I was like intentionally laughing during Spy Family over Psalm 100.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember like
Um,
what happened in the indie show.
But to be honest, over both of these, I'd look for Buddy Daddies. It was just like, because it wasn't like, it knew it was only going to be doing like just that. So it wasn't like Spy Family, which honestly, I think it was kind of like, it's not actually a one-to-one for Spy Family. I feel like that should just be said. But like, it wasn't so focused off like this larger arc or doing a ton of exposition and setting up for the future. It was just being in the moment and just being like, this kid has two assassin parents who are like not in a relationship, and the way that they were as partners, like spy partners, whatever, before, was one of them already taking care of the other one who is quite childish. So it kind of just set it up where it's like they didn't have as many heavy moments, but I don't mean that in a bad way. So I think in terms of comedy, I would go for Buddy Daddies. But all of these, like, all of these happened a while ago, so they're
Yeah.
not as fresh in my head, to be honest. I know Brought watched Buddy Daddies and Spy Family, but not Zom 100, so...
I think
the other
Spy
part of the
Family.
trio.
Spy Family is memorable for me. Like I remember the tennis tournament. Yeah,
I think Spy Family had me cheesing more than Buddy Daddies.
I think we're voting for Spy Family then.
I'm not
For
mad at it.
me, Bochi the Rock has my vote. I only watched Bochi and Spy Family. Again, it's hard to explain why it made me laugh, but there's just like, I guess it's kind of like cringe, but not in a bad way because it's so relatable. Like, how did you know to write this into your story? That's hilarious. Like, this is so relatable, and that's kind of the appeal for Bochi the Rock for me, at least. To me, Spy Family is really good. Probably not as a comedy, but more as a slice of life. So that's why when I'm comparing the two that I personally watched, that's why I chose Bochi over Spy. I didn't watch anything else here, so I can't speak to those.
Carrie, I'll let you pick between Bochi and Spy Family. Or Zom
Well,
100.
you see, the thing is, yeah, those are the three that I watched, but I feel like as someone who didn't watch Buddy Daddies, Ray is so convincing that Buddy Daddies is so funny, and I'm very inclined to believe them. Because
I agree.
Bochi the Rock, yes, it is funny, and I agree exactly what you said, Makana, that they're cringy moments, but relatable, and so they do make you smile. I do think Ray is correct in that Zom 100, like, it's not trying to be funny, but it's like, I don't think the
It's like
point
goofy.
is yeah, exactly. That's a great word for it too. And then Spy X Family it does have more serious tones to it sometimes.
But it's
Versus,
like,
it sounds like Buddy Daddies, the point is to be funny.
I feel like
So
Spy X Family
I'm
is
convinced
supposed to be
it's Buddy
funny.
Daddies. But I
Like-
agree that it's more like it feels more slice of lifey. Like if I were categorizing the shows, I wouldn't put Spy X Family in the comedic category.
Okay. Since everybody's on the fence of Spy X Family, and I like Spy X Family, maybe I might just vote Spy X Family. If I post this on Twitter, right, and like there's no Spy X Family a single time, you think people get mad at me?
You're gonna get canceled.
Exactly. I'm just gonna put
Yeah,
Spy
I'm gonna
Family.
cancel
I'm
you.
gonna put it for one category. You know, let's give it a freebie. It was funny. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch the newest season, but I did like this part 2. Anyways, moving on. Best action. Oh, finally Bleach is showing up. Oh my god. Oh, okay, finally I get to talk about Bleach. So, you guys know there's a big 3 of anime. Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, which is also here. But all big 3 are like back now. Like Bleach came back. Oh my god. the action in this is crazy. Dude, the abilities, the freaking Bankai of the Squad 1 captain was amazing. Like okay, if I describe it, it's like, okay, I don't want to get into it too much. The Squad 1 captain is, you're led to believe that he's like the strongest guy in the entire show. And finally, he uses his strongest move. Everybody has like the max level move, the level 2 move, right? He finally uses his level 2 move. And it's amazing to watch. There's 4 parts to it. It takes up the entire episode, and then he dies at the end, which is sad, but amazing. Okay. That's it for me. Anyone else? We got AOT, Bleach, Chainsaw, Demon Slayer, JJK, and One Piece.
JJK for me.
I know, it's good. It's good. It's good. Anyone else?
I know someone who's really knowledgeable about this who said that JJK might be their most favorite anime ever.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Oh.
you know what I mean? I don't know.
Bleach was so good. I know I said JJK was like one of my favorites of all time, but Bleach has a nostalgic spot for me because I used to watch it when I was a kid with my family, right? Like weekly. And it's back, and Bleach is back. Bleach is back, guys. Come on, Bleach is back. Come on. Bleach is back.
Ready
I'm
for
voting for
another
it.
2,000 episodes, baby. Come on now.
Dude, you know what I did to prepare for watching Bleach? Because we naturally stopped watching Bleach, you know, as we grew older. So what I did is I watched a 2-hour-long recap of the entire Bleach story of the anime, and then I just took off from where it left off. And the new Bleach is a lot better because there's like minimal filler. There was some filler at the end of the first season, but like it really got in there. The action was, the fighting, each episode was like villain of the week style, right? Which, you know, gave you a lot of variety, seeing the powers of the good guys, powers of the bad guys, you know, how they interact, outsmarting each other. A lot of epic moments in Bleach. I think I might just vote for it. I don't see Bleach coming up. I don't see Bleach coming around in this voting often, so I might just lock one in.
I did not watch Bleach, but my roommate watched Bleach, and so I would catch glimpses over their shoulder, like while they were watching it, and it looks so insane. Like, it has convinced me that I want to watch Bleach.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
That's pretty insane. I already voted for it. I didn't even notice. All right, let's go next. That's fantasy. All right, there's 2 here that people have watched: Demon Slayer and Hell's Paradise. Okay, I will say Hell's Paradise has a lot of potential to be good. It set up a lot of mystery. Like, we finally are starting to understand they're on this island and nobody knows anything about the island. It's kind of godly and kind of demonic at the same time. And there's a big secret of these kind of angelic demons. I'm describing it so poorly, but the main thing is they're on a mysterious island and they're looking for the elixir of life. They're setting it up, the mystery up, okay. Like, they didn't set it up that well, actually. The mystery's there. They'll get more into it in the later seasons, but it wasn't that good. I think we can only vote for Demon Slayer, and probably deserves it too. What do you guys think?
I feel like I'm kind of surprised that I didn't watch more fantasy this past year, because I generally like isekais, and those I think are fantasy. There's one that will definitely show up for next year's award.
Solo Leveling. Right?
Ooh, I'm not thinking about that one.
Wait, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about Frieren, which should be fantasy.
Yeah.
But that one really made me remember how much I liked fantasy. But yeah, I'm just generally surprised that I didn't watch more. Of all these nominees, I only watched Demon Slayer, so that's the only one I can really speak to. But maybe that'll change next year.
All right, I think we're gonna lock it in. Boom. Best drama. Actually, I've only watched Oshinoko. Makana? Oh, My Happy Marriage, AOT, Oshinoko.
Yes. I feel like Vinland Saga is probably the most popular.
Wait, did you watch
or
this?
the best. I did not watch it, but
People just talk about it.
just yeah, based off what I hear, that one probably seems to be the best one. Oshinoko is definitely my vote for best drama. It just felt like, well, a drama.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
AOT feels more like action. There definitely is like drama, politics, all that, but not really in this specific part. I feel like this part was more action. My Happy Marriage, I guess, can be considered a drama. Yeah, no, it's dramatic. Similar to K-dramas, but my favorite was definitely Oshinoko. Just the overall story. Felt unique. I don't think I've watched an anime like this one. My Happy Marriage, again unique, but I think there are more comparables to it than Oshinoko has.
Yeah, Oshinoko, one of the more powerful story sections was the cancel culture segment. That really made you feel for the characters and kind of gave you a real human perspective on how terrible people can be online, right? And really like the damaging effects of it.
Yes, and there's obviously that episode where there was a warning, I assume,
Oh yeah.
at the beginning or the end. Just added to it. I felt like it was a strong way to accelerate the plot forward and really made you invest into the character.
I'm locking it in.
Going off script, if it was a drama, I would vote for Blue Lock. But
Wow,
it does
wait,
not
where's
count as
Blue Lock
Blue Lock
anywhere? Oh my god.
Anyway,
Wait. Ah,
I just looked up Blue Lock genre right now, and it is a
sports.
anime.
Wait, is sports a category?
It is not, unfortunately.
Oh my god. What a disaster for the year if Blue Lock can't win a single vote. Anyways, slice of life, Makana's favorite category.
Oh man, back to my favorites. Bocchi the Rock. Let's see, what do I have? Bocchi, Horimiya, Yamada. So everything on the left.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about all of them
Yeah.
kind of in depth already, so I can skip straight to my favorite for this category. I feel like for slice of life, it has to be Bocchi the Rock. Yamada was definitely the best romance, but for this category, Bocchi was the best uniqueness. Just it felt like a breath of fresh air.
Here, you want to add to Bocchi?
I would say slice of life. No, I liked Horimiya. I thought it was very good.
Oh yeah, I
for
forgot
slice
you
of
watched
life,
that.
but again, it really is just filler. So if you enjoy filler backstory kind of thing, which I guess you could say slice of life sometimes is. Yeah, because
Isn't that literally like? Is it okay? If we boil it down, isn't slice of life just boring? Like,
I guess so, because what I wanted to say is that it doesn't really feel like there's a story in Horimiya.
quiet moments in
The
breathtaking
missing
ways.
pieces. Versus Bocchi the Rock has a story of like she's becoming part of this band and like let's see what kind of performances they put on and whatever. So I would vote for Horimiya.
I think Boch is gonna take it. I think I'm gonna default to our resident expert.
Man, that's a lot of pressure.
Dude, I feel like you guys have talked about it, and I kind of want to watch it. Like I saw some clips, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Best
I
main
think-
character. Oh yeah.
This year, Bocchi's probably how I treated Lycoris Recall from
Uh-huh.
last year. It's kind of on that same level of they were both really good. I think flash in the pan. I don't know if that's the right term for how I'm describing it, but they were kind of unexpected. I wasn't really looking forward to it. Like, I kind of plan out what I'm watching next year, and Bocchi wasn't part of my plan to watch, but I just picked it up and was pleasantly surprised.
Okay. Best MC. We got Denji, Aaron Yeager, Ochi, Monkey D. Luffy, Mob, and Thor. Well, Denji is... Oh, they put photos on. That's cool. Denji is a funny guy. He's only motivated by... breasts? Wait. And living a good life. Or living a happy life. Mob is a shy guy who is extremely talented with psychic energy, and he's in middle school. He doesn't know his way around the world, and he kind of finds himself towards the end, which was nice. His story ended, so I'm kind of voting for him. They developed his character all the way to the end. And then Bocchi,
I have something to say for Denji.
yeah.
I like Denji. I'm in defense of Denji. Okay, when we first started watching the show, I was kind of like, yo, he's kind of a freak. But like the further in we got, the more I was like, oh wait, hold up. He's like a teenager. I think like for real, he's like what, 15 in the show, like in that run. But he's just like a kid, and he's never had a family. He has absolutely no emotional knowledge, no conception of what intimacy and like deep, thoughtful connection means, because it's just him. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, a very sharp dog. And so,
Yeah.
like, I think that the way that it like translates though is him being, we'll say, incel coded. But you get these other moments the more he has relationships with other people. Like, I think Power in particular, where I'm just kind of like, oh, they kind of read as like siblings to me further on in their relationship, where I was like, he's starting to get more that there is more beyond, as you said, breasts in the world. I think he's really interesting, and I think his growth is not as like blatant as you get for other people. But it's there. I just think he's kind of a freak, but he's also a teenager, and that tempers a lot of it for me, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think he makes an interesting main character because he's not doing it like in like a self-righteous way, which I think happens a lot with like animes, which is chill and that's fine. I like watching that too, but his motivations are different. I think that makes him more interesting to watch.
Hey, Mishu's here. Say hi to Mishu. Hi, Mishu. All right.
Hi, Mishu.
He's in the chat. He said
What's up,
Mob.
Miscal?
He said Mob, and I'm gonna agree with Mob because okay, Mob ended, right? And his entire thing was he didn't know how to perceive to feel his emotions. That's like his entire shtick of his character, and they finally developed him to the end where he kind of knows his place in life better, and you know, he's fully developed, and you can see him moving on past his old self. So I think because of all the character development, his story ended. It's got to be Mob. He's not the same
Can I really
person
quick-
from season 1 anymore.
Since Miscal's here and he wasn't here at the beginning, Miscal, open apology on record in this stream. I have not watched Mob yet, so just so you know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You
It's
gotta
been so
watch
long.
it. Oh my
It's
god.
been so long.
What about Assassination Classroom? You finished that yet?
No, you don't put this only on me. I'm gonna shift blame and burden to Barat.
It's true. It's actually true. I was gonna say
you know what?
it's largely
Stop
my fault.
watching it to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. So think about that.
We also stopped watching it because I've entered a Korean drama phase, and
Oh yeah, he fell deep into it. It's pretty bad. It's honestly kind of deep.
All right. But we're voting Mob. Let's keep it going. Best supporting character. Reagan, Mob's master. I don't know how to pronounce this. Zoe. Anna, Power, Gojo. Gojo and Geto? What the heck? Oh my god. That's gotta be Gojo. Wait. What did Gojo do this season? He got trapped.
I was gonna say he got locked in the box.
Dude,
And he was looking real good while doing it, let's be honest. Come on.
If we look at the first part of that season, when it was just Gojo and Geto were the two main characters. Can I say one supported the other better? I feel like
If you're gonna say Gojo supported Geto better, then yes.
you think so?
I think so. Because I think that it was really to set up. I mean, it's to set up how both of them become who they are, right? But I feel like because we had known Gojo for so much in season 1, I think.
Wait. No, I shouldn't interrupt you. You go first. I'm sorry. I just thought of something. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll wait my turn. I'm sorry.
Do you want to go?
All right. I don't know if you guys have been
Just go
on
ahead.
TikTok. Have you guys been on TikTok?
I've never been
Kind
on
of.
TikTok,
Okay.
but I'm
There's
permanently
this
online,
TikTok meme of Geto when Gojo and Geto leave each other. Geto asks Gojo if he's the strongest because he's Gojo, or if he's Gojo because he's the strongest, right? That is such an impactful quote that they're still making memes about that on TikTok. So maybe Geto for saying that single line gets
A
it.
single line is enough
Dude!
to win best supporting character.
But no, think about it,
That's how
because
Mahershala Ali was.
nobody else could say that line, and it has so much gravity to that statement. It's like
You are right. I like that.
nobody else, if any other character said it, it wouldn't have as much impact, right? But just because these guys have two opposing ideals, and they used to be best friends, and they were the strongest together, and now they have to go on different paths, it might be Geto for me. Does
with you.
anyone else
For-
have an argument for anyone else?
For me, I think Gojo and Geto are too. They're not supportive enough to be considered as supporting characters. To me, Power is
mains.
by far. Yeah, I think they're kind of mains. They're like sub mains, but Power is by far the best definition of a supporting character for me. She's like Denji number 2.
Uh-huh.
They're a dynamic duo. They support each other. They're the goons. I feel like she defined what a supporting character is supposed to be, and I don't know, good character.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm gonna get out before I start lagging, but I almost feel like they're two sides of the same coin, especially in that first half of season 2. They start on opposite ends. They almost converge at this point of nihilism because of what's happened to them. And then they cross over to where the other person were, and even further into the extremes. And I think they work so well with each other for them. But I like Gojo because knowing why he is the way that he is so powerful, and why he has so much faith in these people, and why he tries so hard to uplift others, because it's born out of this real responsibility that was impressed upon him, that he struggled with at times, and this real trauma that he's experienced. And it's almost like this inspirational story. And I also had a gripe with how Geto became the way that he did. I think that if he became as angry as he did in a certain moment, then it would have hit harder. The delay after the fact, I kind of understand why they did it. It kind of dampened the effect for me. And so that big issue that I had with it was what kind of takes away from him.
Beautifully said.
I want
Beautifully
to
said.
say,
Yeah.
I want to put my vote out there for people who are not listed. So can I do that, or do you want to vote first?
I think I'm gonna vote Gojo. But yeah, put some names out there. Bachira.
Okay. My answer for who should have, it's not Bachira. It's actually Baro from Blue
Oh,
Lock.
Baro the King
Because
from
yes,
Blue
or
Lock.
Donkey King. Yes. Because he just, oh my gosh, his power is so cool, and then as it develops is so cool, and then the way that the main character develops in, I guess, retaliation to Baro is so good. I really love how he supported the main character and had his own story, I guess, because he even like gets away from the main character at some point. So like he has his own little storyline thing. So that's one of my votes. And then my second vote is actually for Shizuka in Zom 100. She is the main character girl, but she's not, I don't know if you call her a main character, because I would put her as supporting character. But she's the supporting character girl in Zom 100 because her character development is really good. You see the very type A kind of person that she is at the beginning of the show, and then as she continues to like hang out and understand the main character's motivations and how he acts and stuff, like she takes on those traits too, and you can see that she's still like fighting it sometimes. She's like, wow, this is so not logical, but you see that like she has such a beautiful development. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, but we are gonna vote Gojo. Sound good, everyone?
Good choice.
All right. Must protect at all costs. Oh, we got some good. Oh, Suletta's here. You know, if it was her during the what's it called, the prologue? Yeah, I love that prologue. Ochita too. Our little chainsaw devil. Does Bochi make sense, guys? I don't know what
Bochi
kind of
makes
character
sense
she
to
is.
me.
Here's the thing, Bochi makes a lot of sense, and I also watch Ranking of Kings, so take the tally up to 5, please. But here's
Ooh.
what.
No,
This is Bochi the Rock.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry,
Get the heck out of here.
I'm so sorry. I didn't understand.
Pull it back, pull it back.
You know,
No, go-
Bochi
go
actually it has the same etymology in terms of Japanese as Bochi. It's just Bochi and Oji, which is prince. So it's the same. You know what I mean? Whatever, it's fine. Here's what I'll say.
In Bochi the Rock that her name is Lonely. But go ahead, Barack.
Yeah. So Boji is a portmanteau of lonely and prince in Japanese. But yeah, here's what I'll say. For Boji from Ranking of Kings versus Anya, he gets scuffed up a little bit, and it sucks because you like him a lot, and he's such a cutie. But here's what I'll say. Through the blood of my little girl Anya, I mean, I wouldn't be able to take it in a way that it's not the case for other characters that I've seen. So that's why she'll always have my vote.
Anyone else?
I don't know, man. We played Left 4 Dead 2, and Brock got an Anya mod, and I had to beat her up and kill her with a bat. So
What the?
I don't think I've ever watched it the same after that.
This is
So I'll my vote can go to, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna give it to Miri from Buddy Daddies. I was gonna do an apology one to Anya, but I don't know.
These
She's, like,
guys
slightly
look
more
exactly
capable.
the same. What the heck?
It's kind of wild, right? Wait, click on Miri. Click on Miri. I want to see her photo. Yeah. I just like her. I think she's kind of like she like brings out the best in the dads in a way that I don't think Anya does for Lloyd and Yor, because they're both actively trying to conceal their identity. So it doesn't set it up in the same way. But I want to protect Miri with my entire heart, and I'll stand in front of a bullet for her.
Okay, but can we just say Ochita, the character design is perfect. He's a little round orange dog person that has a chainsaw head. Like it's just perfect. Come on. No?
You never have to convince me to vote for a dog. I will always vote for a dog, even though I did not watch Chainsaw Man.
I mean, the dog, quote unquote, dies the first episode and becomes his heart. But
Well, even more so, you gotta protect him while he's still there.
yeah, I mean, like he talks to him sometimes, in his mind. I think he did that once. All right, Makana, you got any?
For me, I think this category is just created just for Anya, but I guess I like Bochi too. It's kind of like that Gordon Ramsay meme, you know, where like one of them, Gordon's like, you're a donkey, and then the other one's like precious, gorgeous, whatever. I think for me, Anya's the donkey, and Bochi's the gorgeous one. But I don't know. It's just hard. This category is just Anya to me. It's just, if
Well,
you
we
look
voted
it up, then
Anya
it's
last year, guys. Do
I
we feel any
know.
different this year?
I mean,
Michael
it sounds
Jordan
like
didn't
they're
deserve his second MVP any less than the first one. You know what I mean?
All right, guys,
True.
lock it in. We'll lock it in. What are we on? 18. That's oh. I think there's one winner, Idol from Oshinoko. But if anybody wants to say anything else,
I thought it was.
No, I was jamming to that song every time the episode started. I
know,
always
it's
like,
so
I'm
good.
up, I'm dancing. Okay, so my vote is definitely Idol.
Why don't we have our resident MVP say a few words? Barat,
So this is for best song. I think.
the best song.
Yeah, I think as a standalone song, because best opening sequence is also a category. Standalone song, I think the emotional resonance, Where Our Blue Is from JJK, where they use it and stuff. I think it might take it. I think it's also a very good song. I thought Suzume was also a good song. Those were my two favorites, but I think from JJK.
Really?
my vote.
Over Idol. You know, Idol was like an international success.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I didn't. I'm listen, I could be wrong.
I also really liked the JJK Where Our Blue Is song.
Really?
Actually,
Wait, I'm gonna
I
listen
think,
to it right now. Hold on.
I think, if I remember correctly, 5 of these songs, so minus Hell's Paradise, 5 of these songs ended up on my top songs for Spotify rap. Obviously, Idol was number 1 by far for me. And I listened to it on repeat like an embarrassing amount of times. But I was pleasantly surprised by how good Where Our Blue Is, and when that season of, or that part of JJK was airing, I was just kind of sad because I knew that this song had to compete with Idol. If it was competing in another year, I probably would have picked it. But Idol's just too strong.
I'm listening to it right now. Damn, it is good. It is pretty good, guys. Kara, you have any?
No, I said my piece on Idol already.
It really is between Idol and JJK. I'm gonna give it to Idol. I think it's just, I was literally dancing when I was watching it.
Kickback was also really good too, but Idol's too good.
Oh, also Chainsaw. Every ending had a different song and animation.
I was gonna say, but there is the closing sequence category, so I was gonna wait till that.
They just have like every episode of Chainsaw. Best score, Barat, take it away.
Okay, so what I will say is I shared the well, so they have all these rankings as well. So if I cut out, then they can certainly add a lot of value. What I'll say is this: I was score, listened to a lot of it when I was working on
Wait, which one?
researching even other things. The Suzume one,
Okay.
the last one. I liked the strings. I thought it was calming at times and uplifting at other times. It was truly beautiful. Do want to give a shout out for, I think through multiple seasons of Attack on Titan, they've had great scores. And I like the way that Chainsaw Man used it, like bringing the intensity and stuff like that. And I thought the Demon Slayer one, but I think that last one is probably my favorite.
Does anyone have anything? We can just default to Barat.
Yeah, well, what I'll also say is like Ray did their own rankings, not mine. So they have plenty of opinion. Yeah.
Yo, Ray, get in here.
Yeah. I'm coming. So I listened to like not the entire soundtracks for these, but for a lot of the music. I think that Chainsaw Man was like, I think it served the storyline the best, and I think independently, it's what I would listen to. That said, I also listen to a lot of classical music anyways, and I think this matched weirdly, like the actual score matched that, because I don't think that the opening or ending song is like that, but I really liked how they did the music for Chainsaw Man. Susan, I did, so Barat watched Your Name, but it was a while ago, and I don't think was as impactful for him, and so he really liked the Suzume like score, and he told me about that, and I was like, I think I would like it more if that was the first thing I've ever seen from that studio or heard from them. It was kind of like the same thing we were talking about earlier, where it's like it just felt familiar in a way that detracted. Yeah, I think my vote goes to Chainsaw Man. Oshinoko also had a really good soundtrack. I thought it was fun and really cool. I didn't like Bochi the Rocks as much, but I think that one would have felt better contextualized to the story. I think as a standalone, it didn't do as well. But in terms of matching story and being like independently, like, you know, tracks of music, Chainsaw Man gets it for me. Yeah.
Between Chainsaw and Suzume, everyone else here has watched these, but I don't know if we pay attention to the score. Guys, do you have any opinions?
Opinion is that I think JJK should have had, or for me, had the best score, which is not a nomination again, but I remember watching JJK, and every time the music started playing and the fight scene was going on, I was like so in it. So I would have voted for JJK best score.
Makana?
Does the score only count background music, or does it include like songs too that were part of?
Let me check.
Because if it includes songs, then I really like the additional like songs that were sang in Bochi the Rock. But if it's just background music, I think Chainsaw Man.
Well crafted score, that's another dimension. I think it's the background music.
Then I would go Chainsaw Man.
Alright, we'll go Chainsaw. Sorry, Barat.
No, it's a good choice, honestly.
SOP. Okay. Dude, okay. JJK, the OP with the... Is this the one with the dragons and the... When they're falling down the skyscraper?
Mm-hmm.
That is some sick animation. That was so cool to see. I don't remember the visuals for Idol though. Okay, Barat, you want to start us off?
Sure, yeah. So what I'll say is this opening, and part of that is how I much I like the song, but once again, where our blue is, and I think with how kind of like tender in the opening. There's some more serious moments, and the music is like a wonderful. Know much about Hell's Paradise. I actually remember ranking it pretty low. Sorry, I'm sure they're very talented artists, but I did really like this opening sequence. I thought it was really, really interesting, and I think the one thing that the reason why it's not the winner for me is because I didn't like the song as much. So for me, JJK takes this, and I think we see they had great art and character design and a lot of that, and a good song. A lot of that comes together for the opening sequence for me. That makes it good. But I thought actually a lot of these were really good. Kickback, I'll be very honest. I don't like the song Kickback. I like everything else about Chainsaw Man so much, but I didn't like that. I thought Idol was good again, that opening sequence, and I thought there's no bad answer here. But for me, it's JJK.
I think I have to rewatch the JJK opening because you guys are saying such high praise about it.
I can
but-
play it muted. I think.
No, it's okay. I'll look it up later.
Okay.
But right now, off the top of my head, I do really like Song of the Dead, Zom 100.
The new version, yeah.
Yeah, the new version, the actually completed version of the OP. But it's
You want to explain that?
It's so... Oh, yeah, sure. So the first, 9 episodes, there was an OP. It's the same song, but it was different animation. And the thing is that they didn't finish their OP animation. So it's a lot of clips from the first episode and also a sequence of just background zombie characters walking for 30 seconds. It's a really long part of the OP. Versus the second OP, I think it was only the last 3 or 4 episodes of the season, and it's the actual completed version of the OP with that's just all new animation that's not from the show itself, and it's so much fun. And I think it really, really encompasses the feels and the vibe of the show. So I would say Zom 100. But yes, Idol, amazing, incredible song, OP, but I like the animation of Zom 100. So that's what takes it for me.
I'm gonna agree with Carrie. I really liked Zom 100. And I also it was similar. I don't know if there's a name for this, but it was similar to me, Jujutsu Kaisen season 1's closing sequence, where it's like a music video almost. And it just
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just fun to watch. I really loved Zom 100 opening sequence. I think it sets the tone really well, and after I got updated and finished and everything, it was really good. It was just this weird flash mob with zombies at the end. I really liked it. It was just so cool to me. It was just fun, It fits the show so well.
Makana, you have anything?
Yeah, I think obviously the OP has the song and the animation. Yes. So I don't know how much weight I should put into both. I feel like Idol was the best song, probably not the best animation. I think my favorite animation was for JJK, just where blue is. But in terms of song, it was also really good. But I think Kickback had the best mix just because of all the little details they put in. I'm not a huge movie nerd, but I do like movies. I know what the studio that made that OP, they definitely spent a lot of time into choosing what goes into the OP. I saw references to, I think it was Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
Right, every scene was a reference to a movie, and I really liked how they incorporated that into the OP. It didn't have either the best song or animation, just strictly on those two categories, but as a mix, I think Kickback was my favorite.
Okay. Wait, can we everyone say their favorite again? Mine was JJK.
Chainsaw Man.
It's on 100.
Oh my
It's
god.
on 100.
Yeah, and I said
What'd you say?
here, JJK.
Oh,
Hey, the expert agrees with me, guys, and not you, okay? Dude, come on, I just watched it again. The dragon scene.
JJK is good.
The dragon scene when they're coming out of the building. Oh my god, it gets you so hyped though. It's so visually cool, man. Okay, best ED, which I always skip, so.
Okay,
Alright.
I
Oh,
know
Ray,
that, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just okay. I know that this is like they have it listed as like a specific one,
Yeah.
but can I just say like Chainsaw Man? They switch it up every time, and I didn't even realize it until like the third episode, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, I gotta watch this whole thing now for every single one, and I don't do that. Like, I just think it's like really cool, and like it'll match like the tone, and it's always like a really unique art style. I like when there's something that's like super distinct in the art styles that comes through, especially on like opening closing sequences. I think it wasn't for this one for Spy Family, but like part one for that season, for season one, had like the really distinct styles that like went through, and it was cool, and it was like a break from the show. But it's a ton of work, and I don't know, I like when you can see the effort that was put into a show, and that there was like a lot of love that went into the characters and the creation. I think that came through the most on Chainsaw Man. Like having so many different ending sequences was just like, that was just cool to me. I really liked it. If I can vote based off the fact that they had different ones every single time as opposed to a single ending sequence, it would be Chainsaw Man as like a full season.
I think I would agree with you. Like, I think I would take that into consideration because it's something so special having a different ending every single episode that I actually watch the whole thing for every single episode is special, unique, and amazing. All right, Barat. Did we lose him?
What? Oh, yeah, probably briefly. Probably briefly.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll say. If we're taking everything into account, okay, when it comes to Chainsaw Man, one of the moments when I realized like the animation of the show is incredible, the art, and I think that the art for that and the art direction is some of my favorite of any show I've ever seen. The risks that they take and how outlandish they get, and what they're willing to do, how deep they're willing to go, and how intricate it is. I love it so much. And so one of the things that made me realize that was these ending sequences. To be honest, the one that they've chosen isn't going to be my favorite. There's these hard cuts and juxtapositions between like calmer moment and then like real intensity, and that's interesting. And there's never going to be a moment in the show where the animation isn't interesting. So that's worth pointing out. I do want to say this. So if we're going to take into account all of the different endings, and it has to go to Chainsaw Man, I want to say that this particular ending sequence for JJK is very, very strong, especially when you consider what has just happened before they play the ending sequence. It's Gojo and Ghetto. It's like they scale back the intensity, and it's probably nice because of the trauma that they've just, whatever episode has just happened in that season. And I do like the music. It's a real 1-to-1. I think it's a toss-up between JJK and Chainsaw Man. If something's going to put Chainsaw Man over the edge, it's the diversity that they came with it, and those other outros where it's kind of more mind-bending, I really enjoyed more than what they've chosen to nominate here.
Anyone else? I'm fine with just leaving Chainsaw.
I agree with these takes, and there's nothing I disagree with. I think that they are well explained, and yeah, I'm in agreement. But I did want to also shine light on the Oshinoko ending. I feel like that one was probably my personal favorite ending. at least just music wise, because it always made me want to watch the next episode. Like whenever it came up, it's like, oh come on, I gotta wait another week. It's like the classic next time on Dragon Ball Z, next time on Oshinoko, and like although it made me initially disappointed that this song came up, it was just an overall good ending, and I wanted to shine light on that.
All right, let's go next.
I wanted to mention Spy X Family actually, because I just rewatched the ending without sound or anything, but I wanted to watch it because I was thinking, I think I remember it being really pretty, and I was right. It was really pretty. And Kevin, I think you actually told me this, but the ending sequence is basically of that whole family over the course of a day, because you see them like wake up and they all
I
leave
remember
the
this
house.
ending now.
Yeah, and then you see them and then they go through their day doing all their different things, and then together they come at night, or they come together at night and they have a meal, they have dinner together, and then they all go to sleep. And it's really cute. So I just wanted to mention that one briefly.
I don't think I can unvote. They locked me in. Anyways, yeah, Chainsaw. I would say it's okay to take into account the diversity of, every episode is different. I think it's fine. Best voice artist performance, Japanese. Gojo. I don't know. Anyone else want to start this?
I don't know why I am picking Bochi for so many categories. I don't think it was my favorite, but I think the performance for this character was definitely worth pointing out, because Bochi has to go through so many different moods and emotions. It's like the person who voiced Bochi had to have a very large range, and I think it was very impressive, and yeah, I think worthy of winning this category.
I agree with your takes, Makana.
I think I'm fine with just agreeing, unless anyone else has something. I feel like none of these. Whenever I watch anime, I'm not like disappointed in any of the voice acting, any of the voice performances, So I'm fine with just giving it to Bochi. I'm gonna lock it in.
I was saying the same thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna lock it in. Like nothing, like it doesn't take away from me. If you're saying that Bochi like helps you get immersed in the character more, I'll lock it in for you.
There's a specific scene where she's literally glitching out, like it's like a glitch, and the noise, I guess, that the VA makes is apparently not like adjusted back in the studio. Like the VA actually made that sound, and it's kind of crazy. If you look it up, you'll see it trending around. But
I actually might watch this show.
part.
I might watch it because I watched this other like music anime called Given, which was like a boys love anime, but that was a good one.
I would recommend you watch Bochi. I will say, because I also watched Given, that don't expect it to be the same thing, because it's not. They're very different characters, and it's different storylines for sure.
Shout out to Given. Best voice. Nobody watched English, right?
Nope.
No.
Man, do I just give it to Bleach? Did I vote Bleach yet today?
Yes, I think so.
Did I vote Deep?
I
Did I vote Demon
I
Slayer?
didn't watch it in English, but I know that the Denji English dub was really good.
Let's just give it to it. Yeah, why not? But I want to vote Bleach. That's okay. Nobody watched, right? So nobody watched, so it's fine. Nah, nobody watched. I give it to Bleach.
Right in your heart.
Give it to Bleach. Nobody watched it.
This is your vote.
All
Yeah, it's
right.
you.
Anime of the year. Wait, guys. Did I pass over Blue Lock once? Did we vote for Blue Lock once?
Unfortunately, not.
Was
Kevin.
Blue Lock nominated
It is,
for anything?
it was
don't think it
not nominated. To my great disappointment.
That
Oh, he's about to have a breakdown.
that is, that's an impossibility in my reality. It's Blue Lock was the best show that came out besides JJK. Like, the intensity, every week I wanted to watch what was happening. Oh my god. Okay, let's get through this. Anime of the year. Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw, Demon Slayer, JJK, and Villain Saga. Okay, I already said it in the beginning. My vote has got to be for JJK. It's possibly one of my favorite animes. The only thing that, you know, would change that is if they ruin the story from, you know, here on out. Because the story's not over in the anime. Did the story end in the manga? Akana, you reading it?
I'm not reading JJK.
Oh,
I read
interesting.
a lot, but not JJK.
Okay, I don't know if the story ended there, but yeah, once that, you know what? It's just my favorite right now. I just want to be consuming this specific content. It's JJK. All right, anyone else?
What was your favorite part of JJK if you had to pick one?
My favorite part. I think after Sukuna killed all those people and then Yuji was just walking towards the giant pit of emptiness, I really felt that. That was I like stuff like that. Like,
That is actually like the exact same thing that I was gonna say.
like
And
stuff like that.
like,
Like, yeah.
JJK is my vote too. I was blown away. It checked every check mark. But yeah, I think I just overall I like prequel Gojo. The subway station fights were good. Just the amount of shock through both the prequel part and through the main part of season 2 was good. Just everything, a complete package that made it worthy of winning anime of the year.
And it was so sad. Everything was so sad. Nanami dies, and then the girl is almost dead.
I was
You
gonna
know,
I was gonna mention that. Oh,
yeah. You go ahead, Rick.
like, when that happened, because it also had the flashback sequence that was kind of like the bulk of the episode. I think it goes to the next episode is when she actually like gets touched by Makito when they like swap the two like forms. When that was happening, I was like losing my mind because I think a lot of what had happened before, because there were so many smaller fights in like Shibuya in general, that not that they didn't feel impactful or anything, but I just didn't feel as close to any of the characters that were like really eating it, for lack of a better word, on that one. But it was also just like you didn't see the ending of their fight, so you weren't really sure if they were dead or not. And I think the lead up to when she got touched in the face, where I was like,
Her whole
I'm
backstory.
gonna fly to yeah, I was like, I'm prepared to fly to Japan and have really strong words with anyone involved in this. I just that one really hit me. That one really hit me. There was just moments that like really shined in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. It was just good. It was just really good.
It's the complete package.
Yeah. If I could highlight a scene, it's actually right? When she decides not to merge, that being right, between her and Geto, and it's a a demonstration of what Geto was like, and then all of a sudden she's shot in the head. That was like, what a moment. It was painful, but I think it was like kind of like a brilliant moment of writing from people who made the show.
My vote is also for JJK, and
Let's
you all
go.
have
All right.
highlighted wonderful parts. But I can't believe nobody is talking about what's his name? The clapping guy. What's his name?
Toto?
Jennifer
Toto.
Lawrence's biggest
Toto.
fan.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence! Yeah, when he came on, I was like, is this Jennifer Lawrence guy?
Because because you see Toto in the OP, but for the longest time you don't see him in the anime. And finally, when I got to the point where I was like, where is Toto? I have not seen him. That's the episode that they brought him in, and then he comes in and
And he's saving the day.
You know, he's saving the day, and then he loses his arm, and it's crazy, and and he even says you don't need two hands to clap. All you need is your heart or your soul or whatever.
Applause doesn't
and
come from your hands; it comes from your heart.
Yeah, and it's a fake out, but the drama of it. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I also vote for JJK.
And it really feels like when Lemillion lost his powers in My Hero,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels worse because his hand is gone. I mean,
He's too strong. He has to be nerfed.
yeah. All right, I love that show.
I would also like to mention, if we're gonna rant about it, yes, Blue Lock
Blue
would have
Lock.
been my actual answer.
I think was it even best new anime? Oh my god! Wait, let me double check. It wasn't here at all, right?
It was not
It was not.
nominated once.
It's an impossibility.
I thoroughly enjoyed Blue Lock as well.
It's kind of crazy that it's not even acknowledged.
Yes, I gave Blue Lock a 10 out of 10, and my background of sports anime is basically nothing. I think I've watched one sports anime, which was absolutely shocking to me, it was Yowamushi Pedal, because I just didn't expect that anime could get you, or sports anime specifically, could get you so emotional. And Yowamushi Pedal had me crying almost twice, maybe even 3 times. And then Blue Lock, it's not that it was emotional, it's that there was so much action, there was so much drama, it was so insane. I wanted to keep watching it every single week. I was so excited, and I wasn't expecting that out of a sports anime. And secondly, when I last checked on Crunchyroll of how many views or how popular is Blue Lock, it has more reviews than Haikyuu. All right, you know how many people talk about Haikyuu and how highly they praise it, and I'm sure it's incredible and wonderful. I haven't watched it, so I can't say that for myself. But Blue Lock has so many more views or reviews than Haikyuu. So the fact that it wasn't nominated at all and it was so good makes me cry.
Yeah.
And rant.
This year I gave away 2 10s, and I'm very picky with anime. I don't give out 10s often. And my only 10s this year were JJK and Blue Lock. And it's a damn shame that Blue Lock is not even nominated for anything. They knew it would win every award, let's be honest. But I think that's gonna conclude it for this year, guys. JJK
Nice.
Season 2. Lock it in. Wait, did I miss one? Oh, let me go to the end. What is happening? I voted on everything.
Yeah, it says in the top, progress 25 out of 25. So you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're done. Maybe if you hit the share
yeah,
one,
share.
it'll bring up a diagram like it did last year of everything that you voted for.
Yeah, I'll take let's take the vertical one. I'll post it on Twitter. But alright, I'll do that after. Alright. Thank everybody who's here for watching, and shout out to everybody watching the VOD. You're watching the VOD. Does anyone have any last words?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So
Whoa. It's coordinated.
yeah. We are gonna be doing this again next year too, so I hope to have all you guys here again.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay!
All right, bye everyone. Bye to the
Bye.
VOD. Yeah.